Today is Sunday, December 14th, and I'm going to be going over pretty much recapping the week, my trading week from December 8th, 2025 to December 12th, 2025. So, going straight into it, Monday I did not trade. Tuesday I got a winning trade. Wednesday did not trade. Thursday missed a trade and Friday took a loss. So I'm gonna go directly into Tuesday here, my winning day. All right, so going into market open, we had a Judah swing at these highs, leaving Asia highs and London highs untapped and a lot of low resistance liquidity here from here to here. So that made me bullish. What else? We also had a high time frame SMT down here. Mm, okay, now down to the 1 minute. So this trade was fairly quickly. Here, let me get down to lower. So market opened with a move down. I saw this as manipulation. Created the high time frame SMT. And now at this point we had a 1 minute IFEG. And for some reason I wasn't on the charts yet. I woke up late. But we got a good inverse there. That would have been the most optimal trade for the day. But see, around this time I got on the charts. Price continued higher with strong displacement. So at this point I was looking for a nice retracement. We retraced into equilibrium and respected this 1 minute fair value gap. Now at this point I was waiting for this 1 minute IFEG. So let's see. Okay, yeah, so I remember now. I considered that as a 1 minute inverse and waited for this little retracement. I was really bullish, so I entered off of this wick right here at a 1.14 risk reward ratio. I put the 32-point stop at these right under these lows and take profit at this 3 minute unfilled fair value gap. And it ended up hitting my TP quite quickly. Retraced a bit and then went up. That was a pretty solid trade. Ideally, we entered earlier, but wasn't on the charts yet. So now, let's see. Let's go straight into Thursday. Okay, so we're on Thursday now. So right when market opened, we see a big move down. We had unswept London lows and unswept Asia lows, which is a Judah swing. I wanted to see this get filled, at least London, to continue higher. And but off the bat we started ripping down, so shorts wouldn't have been good. So at this point, since we moved down really quickly without um since we moved down pretty quickly, we swept London lows and nearly swept Asia lows. We created a SMT and we also moved into the 78.6 on the Fibonacci scale. And also we were respecting this buy model, this line right here. And so at this point, I wanted to see Asia lows get swept. Asia lows are like literally right here, just 10 points lower. So I thought there's gonna be another manipulation leg down to take out the traders that went long here, but that never happened. So we had a 1 minute IFEG here. set stop loss right under this low and said take profit at these 3 minute at this 3 minute unfilled fair value gap, or you could have also done the same right here, but also to set it at this 15-minute unfilled, which would have been a crazy trade. Unfortunately, I missed this long because of I was kind of uncertain. I wanted to see this low get swept still. But after we started going up, I kind of regretted not going in. So I was waiting for a little retracement, but that didn't happen. Went straight to the TP. Honestly, a good trade with good high confluence, good high time frame confluences, and we continued higher. And then let's go straight into Friday. I took a loss that day, I believe. Yeah, I did. Oh, and just to emphasize, um, going into the week, I was bullish for the week. We had internal highs appear. We had my condition. This is a 4 hour fair value gap. If we respected it, then we would see a retracement on down. But if we went past it with displacement, we could have gone to hit possibly all time highs. But as you could see here, um, 4 times actually, or once last week, and then 3 times during this week. We kind of seem to like respect this area right here. So we had 4 taps. So this is relative equal highs. So we never ended up hitting these internal highs up here. So let's go to Friday. So looking at Friday, we had another again Judah swing at London highs and Asia highs, as well as a unfilled gap from right after what's it called midnight open. See, so my problem for today, and I'm kind of glad I lost because it helped me learn a good lesson, was I based my daily bias around draws on liquidity. So my draws on liquidity were London highs, Asia highs, and this unfilled gap. But I was incorrect because why would I base my draws on liquidity on those when bullish conferences were getting disrespected and bearish were getting respected? For example, right here we had a 1 hour fair value gap that was getting respected. And if we disrespected, that means we're going higher, but we respected it, which meant going lower. And I saw it differently. I saw a fair value gap here, and PB pointed it out pretty well. We had previous day highs up here, created an SMT, and then previous day, well, we had Asia lows here that got edged during previous New York session lows. So this move was unsponsored. So once we created this SMT, we could continue lower after respecting this 1 hour fair value gap. My mistake was taking longs. Um, so respected this fair value gap right here. Swept internal lows. We got a 1 minute IFEG. Entered after a little confirmation, and I set my take profit at New York open highs to set my break even at around the middle of it, and got stopped out quite quickly. So the lesson that I learned was always make sure, um, ultimately make sure that both my draws on liquidity and confluences are aligning. So what that pretty much means is, let's say London highs are up here, but confluences are saying otherwise. So bearish confluences are getting disrespected. No, wait, bearish confluences are getting respected and bullish are getting disrespected. What's the point of going up here if the confluences are not aligning? So that's really important. Make sure it aligns. Um, And yeah, to this week we ended slightly in profit. Um, on my funded accounts. Um, I have a good feeling next week we're gonna do better. And yeah, might as well just do a little forward test for this week, upcoming week. So let me get that ready. So going into the week, we failed to sweep all-time highs, obviously up here. Um, and now we seem to be retracing. So market always wants to rebalance itself, and so we could see here the 0.5. Most likely we're gonna rebalance onto here, and then depending if we respect bullish, then we'll continue higher. If we disrespect bullish, then we'll continue lower into these external lows. Um, but yeah, something else I learned was the way I trade, which is PB Blake models trade is since my trades are really short. I kind of learned this from PB Patty last week. I shouldn't be focusing on daily buys too much because daily buys doesn't really have a big impact on my trades. It's more like the 15 and the 5 minute confluences that are really the determining factor on my trades. So yeah, daily bias is not as important for the way I trade. So I'm gonna try to start focusing on those smaller confluences to determine either if I sell or buy going forward into this week, and we'll see how that works out. And the reason why we started moving lower was because of interest rate cuts. People expected stocks to go higher, but um, the interest rate cuts were already priced in. So once that news came in, we just started moving lower. But let's see, 4 hour. Yeah, I think we could definitely go down to these lows right here, rebalance, seek inefficiencies, and from there we'll see what's next.